Bro, how long have we been knowing each other?
10 years, October 2013.
The last time we worked together? It's been a minute.
May 2018.
And here we are on the Zebraman
The Zebraman
podcast.
podcast.
Fahraaz Patel, Minenhle Hlela, bringing it down. It's May. The seasons are coming to a
Yeah.
close. You know, it's been thrills, smiles, and cries. Let's start off with the DSTV Premiership.
Mhm.
Very exciting. Well, if you're a Sundowns fan, very happy on what the Brazilians have done, and they're this close from doing something that's never been done before in the PSL era.
Yeah.
A whole season unbeaten. How's Vladimir got it right?
Yeah, no, I mean, that man it's something special. But I think it's Mamelodi Sundowns as an institution, the way the club was built. Obviously, Dr. Patrice Motsepe's son took over when he took over the CAF presidency, the father that is. And it's basically the same. He's learned from his father, surrounded himself with fantastic men in the boardroom, the likes of Daniel Madao, etc. But also he's got a coach in Rolani Mokoena who understands the Sundowns culture and basically winning. Whenever you're a disciple of Pitso Musimani, it's so easy to learn from him. It's so easy to understand what he does. But it's also the players. So obviously people will say that, yeah, Mamelodi Sundowns have the money to buy the players. And granted, they've been gifted that, it's the money that's there. But look at how he's allowed the youngsters to come through the ranks. If I'm not mistaken, there was a 15-year-old kid that made his debut for Mamelodi Sundowns. The Bongani Zungus of this world, the Tembazwanis of this world, the Peter Shalulides, heck, even got Temenko Siloch. So what does that tell you? That Mamelodi Sundowns are building an institution within South Africa that no one can match.
Is it though the technical team that we get to see on our screens or when we're at stadiums? Because the scouting, I've always, praised the scouting of how you identify a player for a specific position, knowing that you're going to be involved in the CAF Champions League, Nedbank Cup, MTN 8, and all these other competitions. You're playing every 3 to 4 days, little rest. I think not a lot of praise goes to the analysis teams that does the work behind the scenes, and then obviously the scouting team, because they're able to always, if they should lose a player or if they should need to replace a player for a specific game, there is a solution of bringing somebody in.
Yeah, and that's what they've done well. And you have to praise the scouting team. But I think, I saw like about Rolani, we're going to every press conference, he thanks basically everyone.
And that's props. That's props.
Yeah, I mean, that for me is, it's lovely that you won't get a coach like that. TS Galaxy won't agree because I listened to Tam Sukazi this morning, and he's basically, they're pressing with the charges of defamation of character.
But does it add that spice?
It does add that spice.
Because this is a new rivalry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but come on, it's
not. This is a new exciting rivalry.
Said Ramovic said that they need to sign Ronaldo and Messi to beat, but it's not a rivalry. I mean, come on, it's TS Galaxy, but I mean, Mamelodi Sundowns as traditional rivals from a city perspective, SuperSport United, Kaizer Chiefs, even though Kaizer Chiefs are great right now, Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs still remain the biggest rivals in terms of a title challenge in a name situation. But let's face it, I mean, the State Ramovic whole thing is it's crazy. But I like it, it does add spice. It takes something out. I mean, he ran to his fans when I think they scored in the 77th minute, only for Shalulile to
equalize. And the celebration was just as wild.
Exactly. So I think it's just a spur of the moment thing. But rivals, I think it's just a friendly fire that's coming from TS Galaxy. Yeah.
Speaking on Rolani, obviously he's nominated coach of the season.
But he's gonna win.
What if Steve Barker wins it? Would it be fair if Steve Barker wins it?
Well, I mean,
because my assessment of is if Rolani goes the whole season unbeaten, I think then he deserves
He's
it.
going to.
He's one game away, You never know in that last game. I mean, Cape Town City can spring something up and then
you know them.
No, I mean Eric Tinkler, he's in the past.
Yeah.
He's been a guy who spoils a party.
No, of course, but they're gonna win it, man. I can't see them not winning it. It's for example, Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. I mean, they went the whole season unbeaten, and they were determined to win that match. But they're gonna win it, meaning. But I mean, if it doesn't happen, I like the Steve Barker story because I mean he was with Ducks and
And he's
Well, like
taken
Black Aces, he was
he's taken Stellies
Mm.
right from the bottom, right from
Yeah.
the first division,
Yeah.
worked them their way up. I mean, I remember the first season they were up, they were fighting relegation. I
Yes.
think they just finished above relegation.
Above the playoff zone, yeah.
Yeah, just above
Yeah.
the playoff zone. Then
Yeah.
they came up the next season. I think they finished 12th. Last season, I think was a 4th place. This season, they've got a cup, and they are going to play continental football. I mean, in the space of we do that in 4 years. That's amazing.
It's a massive achievement, and Steve Barker deserves it against Stellenbosch FC. Not working on a massive budget, but they're able to they make what they can, and there has to be credit there. But I mean, the favorite, the pick, it's going to go to Rulani Mukwena. But the Steve Barker story would be lovely, though.
And Jose for Pirates?
Well, I think he's done a fantastic job.
This is why it's so complex. These 3 teams.
Actually, that's the beauty of this league. Even though Sundowns have wrong to it, there's still Jose Riviero, who's dealt with all the criticism. He's dealt with, because you know how it is managing Pirates. It's not an easy job. It's never an easy job. Top managers have come and they've had to deal with boardroom issues there. So, I mean, Jose Riviero, why not?
Got cups in it to back him up.
That's the thing.
Steve has got a cup to back himself up.
There's still the Nedbank Cup, which they're going to be playing Sundowns in.
And Rulani already, both Jose and Rulani already have cups in the bag.
Exactly.
All these 3 coaches, they're the top 3 teams, and only 2 of them will go to Champions League. It's just, I can imagine for the judges how difficult this will be.
I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. Definitely.
Guys, let me ask something while we're on the managers. For me, what I read on social media, Rulani has not gotten on the shade of Pizzo. Whatever that he does, he still is not seen as somebody who's genuinely in charge of the project. What do you guys think?
By who though? That's the question.
Yeah, it's
maybe the fans. They still feel he's criticized. Even when he wins, he just won the African Football League. He's winning the league.
I mean, Sarele brings a point in terms of Champions League because
that is now currently at Sundowns. That's how you're judged. I think that's fair enough.
It's like Manchester City. I mean, how long Pep had to wait to win the Champions League, and he did it last season. So, I mean, Sarele brings up a good point about the fact that the Champions League is the thing, and the fact that they should have beaten Tunis. They should have beaten Tunis.
They did everything they could, except the goal. I mean, you wouldn't expect Peter Shaulile right in front of goals to miss those things. I think
how do they get over that mental block?
I think it's work. It's over time. It's only Rulani has been there in the CAF Champions League as an assistant.
Yeah.
As an assistant coach. This is what I think his 4th season. Or it's only his 4th season where now he takes the reins himself
as the head coach.
And like you said, it took Pep a while. It took Klopp a while. It will take Rulani a while to also get over that hurdle of actually breaking with his current squad or with his crop of players to actually get over the line. It took Pizzo a very long time also for it to actually happen.
4 years.
So it doesn't automatically happen that I have Mr. Miyagi, who's been the greatest trainer of all time, and here I am, Daniel's son. As soon as I take over Mr. Miyagi's place, that is going to happen. I'm going to pick up where he left off, because I come in with my own ideas. I come in with my own beliefs, thinking that maybe we can tweak that. Let's try this like this instead of trying it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
So then it happens. Maybe then people are not accustomed to it. Here's a guy who's doing things slightly different for Pizzo. Because if you think, imagine if Ramovic and Pizzo, the rivalry that we have there, could you imagine how the Pizzo how
Ramovic? There could be something there.
To finish my point, we know how a very expressive Pizzo is. Yes. He shoots from the hip. You know what I'm saying? Rulani seems to be on the whole matter of it more conservative, if I can put it that way. And so, these are 2 different gentlemen who have their own style, their own unique personality. Exactly. And I think Rulani, from my point of view, maybe just needs to be given time before the idea that he's going to...
I think the next season is going to be key. Because remember, they're heading into the Club World Cup in the US.
Yes. So if it doesn't happen today, I'm just worried about how's that fixture list going to look like.
And Ramovic could go to Kaizer Chiefs?
Well, there is a talk about that. Yes. Well, if the hierarchy, Kaizer Chiefs, if senior Mr. Kaizer Dr. Kaizer Senior and Junior decide to hire him, bring something different. It'll be great though.
What's he gonna bring that's different?
Well, he has to win.
What's he gonna bring?
I don't know. We said Ramovic isn't overnight a Carlo Ancelotti or anything like that in terms of titles, but they see him as maybe somebody who can spark a fire in Chiefs, something maybe other managers haven't brought. And Kevin Johnson's good, but he's not going to spark a fire. He's not going to do something controversial to fire up the guys the Chiefs players and the fans.
Let's count them. Johnson.
Yeah.
Molefe Ntseki. And before that,
Atazwani.
And before that, Stuart Baxter. And before that, Zwane in the interim.
Yeah.
And
Solinas.
Kevin Hunt.
Yeah. Kevin
And then
Hunt,
Solinas.
Solinas. I mean,
so now you
I mean, Kevin Hunt should have been that fire.
So that's my thing. Fine, the ban, we can talk about the CAF ban or the FIFA ban altogether. You know, we count these coaches in all this line, and you know, is it a coaching issue? Because it's starting to look like, no, I don't think it is.
Well, some say it's Bobby Moutaung. Some say Bobby Moutaung came in and supposedly he just wasn't happy with the way things were going from his point of view. It was a hindrance at the time.
Then isn't it the position of the football manager or the sporting director of, if they see that results are not coming in?
Yeah, but that's the problem with the family club, is that there's too much emotions and no business sense or footballing sense.
Will they make the top 8? That's because
I think
at the start of the season, promising with the idea that, you know, we're going to challenge for the league, it's gone down now to top 8.
Nah, they'll make it.
But because I think they're on 36 points. Amazulu same points. Polokwane is fighting. Golden Arrows is fighting.
I think Chiefs will find a result. But that's what the Chiefs have. The Chiefs fans have to remember now. They by the wayside.
And if they don't, how much is it?
All they said, Ramovic is going to come and save them, according to
then
what
should there be expectations then next season?
No,
because I mean, you can bring in a new coach. We didn't finish in the top 8. We have gone 10 seasons without a trophy, without a single trophy. Do we now speak about next season? Watch us. We'll go for the league. We'll go for the MTA 8. Is it fair to even have expectations?
The other side of the town of Soweto that's probably going to push Orlando Pirates. But I think we all know that Mamelodi Sundowns are just that strong.
At the bottom, Royal AM, Richards Bay, one of them will go off to those playoffs. But it looks on paper, Royal AM 30 points. Richards Bay 27 points, but that goal difference, Royal AM on -20, the Natal Rich Boys on -14. That's a 6-goal difference.
It's the battle of the minuses.
It's a battle of the minuses.
Yeah, I mean, can I be honest with you? I think Royal AM is probably gonna drop off. I think so.
But Natal Rich Boys need 6 goals and Royal AM get nothing. It's a 3-point game. Look, I've seen things happen in football on final days. But I think,
maybe Royal AM will probably find a way.
Is it now? I know they have a FIFA ban now. Is it a reflection? Because we always talk about, you know, in football, there are certain teams that are criticized when they are victorious. There's it's because they have money. Monkeys, we all know, has money, but it hasn't worked out.
No, but I mean, it's developing a culture within the club, so you can have the money. It's like PSG, for example. I mean, you can have the money, but if you don't have a culture is important. Sundowns have it, Pirates have it, Chiefs for all their flaws have it. There's a culture. If you don't have culture, then where are you heading to?
Where does culture start?
No, the culture starts by the players, by the management, developing a connection with the fans. Once you have a connection with the fans, then you build a sort of structure within the club. But the structure also starts with the chairman. So, for example, the chairman needs to sit down and say, okay, what is it that we want to develop that resonates with us from a South African footballing perspective?
It's dope. It's for us. That's dope. Let's go over to the Premier League.
Yeah. Your manager, your boy, Pep.
I wouldn't call him my boy.
You love the man.
I wouldn't call him my boy.
Yeah, you love
but
the man.
There was something I genuinely always say in every Premier League season, that in whatever case, Manchester City in those last 10 games, Pep Guardiola becomes this beast that is so scary, that is so focused.
Bruce Wayne, Batman.
I'm telling you look at it. I mean, I listened to Rodri the other day when he posted something after the game, is that the mindset that he's able to get his players into in those final 10, that guys, you can win all these 8 games, and they go and win it in all those 8 games. Is he that? Does he have that much magic? Does he have that much? What can I call it?
Has he ever fallen out of a title race? No. I mean, the one exception would be Real Madrid, 2011, 2012. Yeah,
100 points.
But he still pushed it. I mean, Madrid got 100 points, but they got 95. Corrected. So that's one title race he followed out of. When he lost to Liverpool, that title race was
2 points. I think it was
no. But remember, Liverpool
the COVID one.
Yeah, the COVID one. Liverpool had won the league long before, so
Yeah.
that wasn't a major issue. When he lost to Antonio Conte at Chelsea 2016-17, he wasn't in the title race because Tottenham Hotspur were in there. His first season, I remember, the Pep magic was still trying to get in, but he's never lost the title race. And this is the thing about Pep Guardiola, is that I don't think the world has seen a manager in this era, because some may dispute about Sir Alex Ferguson, that is able to do what he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool were clear at one stage. Then it was Arsenal. I think last season, for example, Arsenal had a 10 point gap?
Yeah, 11. I remember
11.
I remember it being an 11
point gap heading into Christmas.
Yeah.
They were far away. I mean, I'm telling everybody, here's it, Mikel Arteta has won the league. His student has won the league. Only for Pep. And I remember Gary Neville saying, and got absolutely walloped on social media. He said straight, Manchester City are winning the league because they know how to finish it off, and they finished it off. I mean, you've got Josko Guardiola scoring
hat-tricks. Yeah.
Centre back.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
And they're going to fixtures where you expect they're going to have problems. I mean, they went to Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And you think that they're going to have problems.
And they come behind. Yeah.
And then they smashed Crystal Palace. They went to Spurs, and you would think.
But that game was tight.
Yeah, it was tight.
That was the acid test.
But it goes back to what you say.
Yeah.
For somehow, some way,
yeah.
whatever inch is needed for victory, this team, or under Pep Guardiola, Manchester City is able to find that inch. And at the end of the day, when you put it all together.
But when he was at Bayern, where was that?
No, but Bayern,
that magic.
No, but the magic was there.
I think it was there. I think because of broadcasting issues, I think for the Bundesliga not having access. I mean, I think the closest we watched Bayern Munich was through Champions League. And we never saw just how tough. Everything on us was on paper, or if you were religious about it.
Here's the thing: the matches he lost was against a great Carlo Ancelotti Real Madrid team, against a great Barcelona team. I remember Messi making Jerome Boateng, and then he lost to Atletico Madrid, who came up against the wall of Los Rojiblancos. But the thing is that winning Bundesliga was quite easy, because all they do is just arrive and Borussia Dortmund going through a bit of a slump. But the Premier League is where I think he really showed something that to win it 4 in a row.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's crazy.
And I mean, there was criticism of Erling Haaland, for example. He's not scoring, and he walks away with the golden boot.
And that's the funniest thing. And it's more than that. He buys players. I mean, De Bruyne. Well, people will argue that De Bruyne at Wolfsburg, he was back to his best, but the standard that he's risen.
It's
the Bernardo Silvas, the standards that they've risen.
But Rodri.
Foden. But Rodri.
I mean, Phil Foden, there's a reason why he's the best player in the Premier League voted, because that kid that's Pep Guardiola's. I'm trying to think. I don't think. Look, Lionel Messi was already a top player before Pep Guardiola came. He just took his game to a whole new level.
And that's what I'm saying. It's about. Do we now say? I mean, how much credit do we give coaches who take a player, even if they're a star, and taking them to great heights? Wenger did it with Henry.
Without a doubt, Ferguson did it with Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Becks before that. I'm trying to think of Vinicius under Carlo Ancelotti.
Yes. He's taken
him to a whole new level. So there's certain coaches, I mean, with under Klopp, Salah, Mane, Firmino, a whole new level. So, I mean, there's certain managers that just know how to take a player to a whole new level. And Phil Foden's that man. And if England are to win the Euros, Phil Foden's going to be key. I mean, everyone says Jude Bellingham as a Madrid fan. Yes, Jude Bellingham's great, but Phil Foden's going to be the key factor if they're going to win that European Championship. City are just something else, and it's going to take a team with some cojones to take that Premier League title away from them.
Arsenal, do they have it?
Well, I mean, they're 2 seasons and they need a centre forward, but I don't know if mentally they've been taken out of this whole thing. They did well. Listen, to take City to the final day of the season is admirable. Klopp did it twice, failed. It's no fault of theirs. Just City is a whole different beast altogether. No fault of Arteta. Arsenal they've been the best team in the Premier League, the best team to watch, and they've done well with the signings of Declan Rice. Okay, we never saw a lot of Jurien Timber. Leandro Trossard has been a phenomenal player, but they need that one centre forward if they really are going to push.
Where are they going to get him?
Well, they're looking at Alexander Isak, but I mean, if it's either Isak or Dusan Vlahovic. Okay, if they get Dusan Vlahovic from Juventus, maybe, because I think he's a top striker. But again, coming from Italy, it's going to take him time, man.
That's my thing.
I still don't have time.
Yeah, because you think within a season, look, what is it? Season 7 months.
Yeah.
You think that's a lot of time for somebody to establish.
No, it's
but
not.
by the time you try and find yourself, because Arsenal, personally for me, where I feel the season was lost towards Christmas. Remember they were fighting with Spurs for top spot.
Yeah.
And then they lost those two
West Ham United and Fulham, yes.
Yeah, those two back-to-back games.
Yeah.
And then I said that I think that's for me where the league was gone.
Yes.
Because on the turn, City was having the time of their lives at the FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah.
And they knew that, listen, we'll deal with that situation when we get back to England. And it was the point that I think City was fourth back then. And then where second part of it where I felt that it was that weekend where they lost to Aston Villa.
Yes.
But the chronological...
Same weekend Liverpool lost it to...
That's my point. The chronological order of it.
Yes.
That's where I said this is where this pressure or mindset game is. Because City played first.
Yes.
Who did they play? Bournemouth.
Yeah.
They smashed Bournemouth. Then, later that day...
Liverpool lost to Palace.
And then on Sunday...
Arsenal lost to Villa. Arsenal had... City knew they could win the league.
You feel what I'm saying, son?
Yeah.
Listen, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mindset,
absolutely. Absolutely. When you have a chance, take it.
Yes.
Mindset after that weekend, Manchester City saying to themselves, we got him.
Yeah.
Got him.
And I think they knew
they both lost. Got him.
And I
Absolutely.
think they knew that's when they won it.
Because even Klopp walking out there, you just saw in his face that lost it.
Yeah.
I
remember.
Because the mindset for me was like City was sitting in the change room or back home, and they were saying like, "This is it."
Yeah.
They both lost. Now this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Pep said them. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna win this game. We're gonna win this game. Make sure you don't lose this game. And then when you add up all the points, City finished the season. City finished the league season unbeaten at home. Arsenal lost 3. Liverpool lost 3. Difference.
It's I think what we've seen in the past few seasons, it's been a game of margins.
Yeah.
One small error, you don't take your chances, it's over.
And City know how to take the chances.
What's going to be Manchester United, Liverpool? There seems to be changes
New
there.
coaches there.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
With the changes that will happen over this next 2-3 months, do you think it will boost Chelsea? Do you think Man United, if they change now, it will give them a boost? Because Postecoglou is doing a pretty good job at Spurs. I think with the right buys, I think Postecoglou will be able to, sustain longer the run that he showed in the first half of the season.
I think here comes the problem. Arne Slot is unknown for Liverpool. I think top 4. Manchester United need to build a proper structure within their club because they still, even if you've got Sergio Ratcliffe there, nobody really knows what's going to happen with the Glazer stake within the club because there's so much uncertainty there. Whoever they bring in, tough situation. With Chelsea, Todd Bowley, nobody knows what that guy is doing at the club. So whether they bring Pep or they bring Jurgen Klopp, structurally the club is
bring back Wenger, bring back Ferguson.
Jose Mourinho. It's not
still clear.
It's still the club's a mess, and that's why I think it's between City and Arsenal again. The title.
Villa. What would Villa go to the
I
market?
think Villa will. It's not gonna happen. I think Unai Emery is done a fantastic
He can
job.
take them to Europa and they might win that, like
Maybe
West Ham
because
did.
He's a Europa League specialist, but in the Champions League, so it's a competition he likes. But I just don't see. And this is me. Villa were fantastic this season getting into the Champions League, but
That's it. We still got the Champions League still coming up.
Yeah,
I always called it that the winner of the Manchester City and Real Madrid
yeah,
tie was always going to be the ones that are going to win this competition. But the twist in the tail for me in all of this was the doing away with the away goal.
yeah.
Would the picture have been different?
Of course.
Even if props to Madrid the way they held out at the ATM.
Yeah,
You give props, and Angelotti said it. That's how you beat that guy. Hold out until
the last minute,
the last minute,
second, yeah.
and they did it, and I give them props for that. Would we have seen a more magical game over the two legs, knowing that
No, of course, I think
the
Real
away-
Madrid would have pressed. Guaranteed they would have pressed a bit more, but then you had 1-1.
would have City be more defensive
No, I don't think
at the Bernabeu?
City would, but I don't think it's in their DNA to be ultra defensive. They would have structured themselves in a way where they would have wanted that second goal, but in the Pep Guardiola way, where I think Real Madrid, it's quick counter attacking football, where they would use Vinicius and Rodrigo to go ahead and attack. But that said, Real Madrid have, things are smiled to my face, but I didn't expect this from this team. Given that
To be
they're
honest.
still centre forward, Benzema's gone, and Rodrigo and Vinicius have been incredible. But the boy from Borussia Dortmund, Jude Bellingham, has been outstanding. There's
And
no
that's-
two ways about just the way he's absolutely led. He's become a leader at Real Madrid, and he's
And a star, man.
a 20 years old
Star.
leader.
Look, I know David went there, David Beckham went there, Michael Owen went there.
Gareth Bale went there,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But Bellingham,
McManaman also, yeah,
those are the two guys that stand up for me. Steve McManaman and
and Jude Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham.
But I think Bale deserves. I mean, Bale's Welsh English. Welsh English rivalry. Bale's won 5 Champions Leagues, so he can stand out there and say, "Hey, I've been successful." But Jude's leadership, I think, is going to be massive.
Let's call it right here because my Vims is telling us we gotta go. We gotta go.
Okay.
No, we've got another 3 minutes.
Okay,
We got another
4 minutes.
Asking you who's going to be the final. I have to say Real Madrid.
And then next season with the new format of the just not split into, is it gonna bring the spice?
I'm sorry, I'm not a fan.
Because it's the league format. I mean, it's a league format.
It's a counter to the Super League that was originally planned by Florentino Perez, was it John Laporta, and someone else. I think it was the brothers of Juventus. Manchester City will. I think Pep Guardiola wants that. Can I be honest with you, me? I think before he leaves in 2025 next season, if he wins the Champions League, I think he leaves Manchester City on high.
Because Neville was saying, Gary, I remember in a segment, Gary Neville was saying that the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Manchester, well, Liverpool now with the new manager, the only thing one of the things that's gonna take away Manchester City not winning that league is if Pep leaves.
I also think so. It's the same. Look, not the Champions League, but the league. Yes.
The league, the Premier League.
When Pep leaves, Manchester City won't be the Manchester City. It's like Liverpool. Liverpool's not going to have the aura of Klopp. And that's why I think Liverpool are going to struggle, but there isn't going to be that Klopp effect, and I think it's the same with Manchester City. And that's why I think the Champions League, when he wins it and leaves, City are going to be a different team. City's structure will be there, the culture will be there, but that manager won't.
That the sparking of the fire you were talking about.
It's not there. It's not there. Pep down knows how to do it.
What about the managers that are coming through? You look at the guy at Borussia Dortmund, Xabi Alonso. He seems to be.
Like, I know they lost the Europa League final. They were outcoached by just.
But could they
Piero
fit?
Gasperini.
Could they fit into that DNA and that mentality of just never giving up, always fighting?
But not many managers have that. Xabi Alonso is probably 1 out of 10 of the new. Look, there's some good. Kieran McKenna was with Manchester United, did well with Ipswich Town, but if you make a step up, it's a difference. Bayer Leverkusen are considered the biggest of clubs in Germany, but they're a club with rich tradition and history. And Xabi Alonso is a traditional person because he's been at clubs with tradition, so it was easy for him to step in. But he flew under the radar. Other managers that are coming in, for example, if a Kieran McKenna takes Manchester United, he's under pressure to take United to the top 4.
Okay, before we close at the start of the league, local league, who needs to do business in order to make sure that next season?
Well, Orlando Pirates, without a doubt, they have to. Kaiser Chiefs, to get Said Ramovic, they're going to have to. I think with senior and junior of the Mutawungs, there's maybe a little bit more of a stable outlook there. But Mamelodi Sundowns have the money. If they want to sign an Ikram Reyners from Stellenbosch FC, they'll do it. They'll win the league.
Over in the Premier League?
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal have to sign a striker without a doubt. Whoever it is, Vlahovic or Alexander Isak. That's the only way I think Manchester City are settled. Liverpool need to maybe look at a centre back and an out-and-out striker because Darwin Núñez isn't cutting it. And Manchester United without a doubt. There's no two ways about it.
Let's bring it on our Italian friends for the Champions League and our La Liga friends over
Yeah, I
there.
mean, look, I've been impressed with Colonia and the Thiago Motta. They've been brilliant, but Thiago Motta's heading to Juventus. I like Gianpiero Gasparini's Atalanta. AC Milan, they're always going to be there. Inter Milan look good. Lautaro Martinez, Lilian Thuram's kid, Marcus Thuram's been brilliant. Spain, Barcelona, Xavi's just been sacked. If they go for Hansi Flick, we don't know what they're going to do. But you've got stability in Real Madrid. They're about to sign somebody by the name of Kylian Mbappe. Good luck. Good luck to Barcelona trying to take Real Madrid out of the La Liga there. But with Mbappe at Real Madrid, we get Alphonso Davies.
The machine. For us,
Always a
pleasure.
absolute pleasure.
Thanks for you at home joining us. See you next time.